Here's what almost no one tells you about buying a business. Every business has about 17 hats. If you think of, the different roles and responsibilities, sales, hiring, ops, legal, compliance, tech, culture, vendor relationship, payroll, customer support, finances, and whatever else is unique to your industry or the industry you're interested in, no owner can wear more than 3 or 4 hats well. Most of us are really great at 3 or 4 things, usually 3 things. So when you're looking at a business during the due diligence stage, often we look at the numbers, the margins, which are important. But what if you also look at the hats theory? What if you do the 17 hats audit? That can really help you identify the business that fits you well, the business that you can really grow, because it's not just about buying the business. It's important to make sure you buy the right business that fits you, that you can grow. And when it comes to these hat stacks, right, in a business, the seller might have a very different hat stack than you. Their strengths might be different than yours. In that case, you have to identify, are my skill sets, are the hats I can wear well, are those needed to grow this business, to continue the legacy that the seller has started? Because if you have the wrong hat stack, you might purchase the wrong business. It's going to make it harder for you. Now, I believe that most business owners who are willing to go through this process are going to figure things out, especially if you have a community around it. But why not stack the odds in your favor? So think about the hats in that specific business. If it's an e-commerce business, it's going to require marketing for sure. It's very different from, let's say, an HVAC service business. In an HVAC service business, one of the most important thing is the ability to hire and to train these technicians that are going into your customers' homes. The quality and the feedback and the testimonials that are going to build your business in these service-based businesses are going to be very reliant on your technicians, right? So that's why the hat stack in an HVAC service business is slightly different than what's needed in an e-commerce business. And we could spend the time thinking through various industries and the various hat stacks that might be needed. Now, a salesperson and a marketing person can potentially grow almost any business. But if the service that business offers is not a great service, after a while, the marketing and sales is not going to work. So you see, that's why it's important to identify what is the right hat stack for that type of business. What do I have? And when I think of the 17 hats theory in the audit that I recommend you do, you can use the 3 E's, energy, excellence, and economics to really evaluate what are the hats that you can wear well. Energy, what gives you energy, what drains you? Because you have about three hats at the top that really energize you. And then you usually, most of us have about 3 or 4 hats in the business that drain us. So identify what gives you energy. What can you do really well? Excellence, that's the second E. And then economics, what is a high value type of task? You don't want to focus on the $10 value task. You want to focus on the $1,000 per hour, $10,000, $100,000 per hour types of tasks. So as a potential business buyer, this is a framework to help you make your decision making much easier. Do the 17 hat theory, and then based on that, you can create your criteria for the type of business you want to buy.